PERT and CPM. Okay, in this PERT and CPM, what is the meaning of PERT? What is the meaning of CPM? That you can practice. Then difference between PERT and CPM. This also be important. Okay, you might be learned this in management. PERT and CPM. Okay, the same thing which is to be present. Then some basic terms. What is network? What is activity? Okay, what is path? What is event? Okay, what is merge and burst event? Then what is dummy activity? What is the critical activity? Then what is critical path? Okay, these definitions also you can practice because these definitions are also be asked in the examination. Okay, then common errors, but these are not required, but you need to understand these logic. Okay, that is the looping cycle, then dangling, redundancy. Okay, for the creation of the dummy element with respect to that of the connected loop. Then rules for construction of the network. In one of the question paper, they have asked define network and list the rules for the construction of the network. Okay, I already clearly explained in the previous class how you need to proceed for the construction of a network by the provided data. For example, they are going to provide this data 1 to 2, 1 to 3, then 2 to 4, that is 1 to 4, 2 to 5, 3 to 5, like this. Okay, for this, what you need to do? You need to construct the network with respect to that, the particular event. That is 1 to 2, then 1 to 4 or 1 to 3. Okay, whatever which to be present. According to that, the construction which to be taking place. Okay, by the data what they provided, according to that, you are going to proceed for the construction of the network. Network is nothing but the graphical representation of each event which is to be carried in a project. That itself is called as a network. Okay, try to avoid the arrows which cross each other. What it means? There will be a 1 to 2, okay, 1 to 3, then 1 to 4, then another, like this. The crossing you should be avoid one over the another. Okay, use straight arrows. Don't make overlap on one of the flow of the signal from one end to another end. Keep this in mind. There should not any overlapping of the elements. Then no event can occur until every activity proceeded has been completed. Until and unless each activity has to be get completed, another activity should not be get activated. Okay, according to that, event has to be get constructed. You should follow this one. Then event cannot occur twice. For example, this is first, this is second. 1 to 2, which to be present only once. Okay, but which will not be producing twice. Not at all be possible. We should not. What it means? There must be no loops between the what? Two events which is to be going to take place. Next, the activity succeeding an event cannot be started until that event occurred. Okay, the sequence of operation what is to be taking place, that event has to be get complete until and unless there is no other event to be carried. Then use the arrowhead always from left to right. Always you can follow this. Okay, there is no event to be start from right to left. Keep this in mind. Okay, dummies should be introduced if it is extremely necessary. Whenever there is necessity to consider the particular duration of the time, even though that event has to be get complete, then another event has to be continuing. Do you moment that event of operation to be considered as a dummy? If not, try to avoid. Then the network has only one entry point called start event. Then one point emerge is called end event. For example, there will be event which is to be taking place. Okay, this is the starting point. This is the ending point. Okay, this is the method how you need to do the consideration. Next, numbering of the event. Okay, the Fulcrum's rules we are going to use. Then event number should be unique. It means that there will be event 1, 2. Okay, then again there is no repetition of that particular number. Once again 2 should not be repeated. Okay, it means that the numbering what you are going to use should be unique one. It should not be repeated at all. Then event numbering should be carried out on sequential basis. For example, 1, 2, 3. After that, 7 you should not. Okay, this is not in sequence. The numbering what you are carrying should be in the sequence order. Okay, for example, after 11, we should not go for 19. Just example I am telling. Sequence you have to follow, according to that event you can mention. Then the initial event which has all outgoing arrows with no incoming arrow is the numbered as 1. For example, 1 to 2, then 1 to 3, then 1 to 4. Here it is mentioned. Okay, only a meeting which is to be taking place. That only you can number it as 1. Others you should not. Starting event should be numbered as a 1. Others should not be represented with 1. Keep this in mind. Next, delete all the arrows emerging from all the numbered event. Okay, if many numbers are present, this moment, whatever is to be considered, that only you can going to consider. Remaining you should not consider at all. The number of all start events. Okay, 2, 3, and so on. Then repeat this until all the terminal event without successor activity is reached. Okay, how you need to proceed this number until and unless the end which is to be get completed. Okay, according to that you can carry with respect to that numbering. Then number the terminal node suitably and properly. Keep this in mind. Okay, this is also be mandatory. Okay, then previous class I have discussed this. Okay, that is construct a network for the project whose activities and their procedures relations are present. Here activities A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I. Then corresponding that precedence is that okay, A is doesn't have, D is not having. Okay, but B is get connected to A, C is connected to A. Okay, then according to that, you are going to proceed for the construction. Okay, step by step you can follow. Until and unless completing one activity, you should not proceed for the other. Okay, the step by step solution, if you are written to get the final network, then you will get the full marks. Because this will be asked 7 to 10 marks. Okay, direct solution of the network if you are done, then they won't give the full marks. Then you are going to lose your marks. Step by step solution you have to write. Then only you will get the full marks. If not, you can't. Okay, this is your final. Event number is written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because The whatever the sequence you are taking should be unique one. Okay, after 4 you should not write 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it is end. Is this clear? This is what the numbering of each of the event which are to be present in a network. This is called as network. This network will indicate the activity time requirement with respect to that particular activity to be get completed until and unless the flow which is to be taking place. To make that event evaluation, the PERT and CPM to be used. All of listening, Meena? Raise your hand. Okay, if you are written step-by-step solution, then only you will get the full marks. Keep this is in mind. Direct answers doesn't carry any marks. Drop your hands. Okay, then another network is also be there. Okay, how which is to be proceeded. Okay, all these things are discussed in previous class. Once you can go through the same. Recordings are available. Go through that. Okay, once you did this, okay, later you have to do the numbering. First is what? The construction of network, where it will starts. Okay, which one will be get emitted? That will be numbered as 1. Always. This you have to mention as 1. Okay, don't mention this as 1. Keep this is in mind. This is starting. So that this is 1. Then 2. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because until and unless these are completing, which won't proceed for here. Keep this is in mind. Okay, according to that only you can give the numbering. Don't give random numbers like this. This is 1, then 2, 3, 4, then this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is wrong. Why? This is left. You are not considered. Sequence of event and activity to be considered until and unless that completion of that activity, 9 will not be proceeded. Last event. So that the numbering to be taking place in accordance to that of the activity completion. Is this clear? Randomly you should not write the numbers. Properly you can write. Okay, this also be very, very important. If not, then whatever network you have drawn itself is wrong. Okay, then another one is that to find the critical path and calculate the slack time for each of the event. Okay, this they have provided the network. Okay, for this network, you are going to make the evaluation of the earliest timer and the latest timer. Okay, according to that of the event activity time they provided. Okay, according to this activity time, you are going to make the evaluation of each of the parameter. Once you did this evaluation, then you can proceed for the construction of the network. Then according to that, you are make the evaluation of the critical path to be get completed to that particular project. All of listening, Meena, raise your hand. Only 19 you are joined. Okay, if you are written direct answers, then I'm not going to consider for the evaluation. Keep this is in mind. Okay, then earliest time how you are going to evaluate? Initially, you can assume at the starting point at 0, E1. Then you have 2, 2, 1. Okay, then 0 plus 2, it is 2. Then 0 plus 2, 2. 0 plus 1, 1. Then 2 plus 4, it is 6. Okay, then Next is 2 plus 5 is 7. Then 2 plus 8, 10. Okay, this is how you need to proceed for the evaluation. Okay, earliest time to be taking place from left to right by the addition. You have to add each of the event time to make the evaluation of the earliest time. To make the evaluation of latest time, right to left to get your latest time. This moment you have to do the subtraction. This is how you need to follow for the evaluation of each of the parameter which are to be get considered. Okay, direct solution will not be considered. Same thing should be get tabulated in the tabular column. Then you will get the total float what is to be required. Is this clear? Anybody having any doubt? Anybody having any doubt, you can raise your hand. If not, also be raise your hand. Okay, this practice. Kindly refer the notes. Still, if you are getting any doubt, you can ask. Then another is that drop your hands. Okay, another type of problem is that they are going to ask you to make the evaluation of the critical path with respect to that of the time duration. Okay, they are going to give the provision for T0, then Tm, Tp. Okay, according to that value, you are going to make the evaluation of the values corresponding to that of the precedence. Okay, to make the calculation of the floats. Okay, those type of problems also you can practice. That's also be required for your examination point of view. Here, to make the evaluation of expected time, they are going to provide the least time T0, then greatest time Tp, then most likely time Tm. Okay, expected time is equal to what? T0 plus Tp plus 4Tm divided by 6. By the use of this formula, you are going to make the evaluation of the expected time. Okay, this expected time to be used to complete that particular task here. Okay, this is the expected time. By using this expected time, then you are going to make the construction of the network. Okay, here task A, task B, task C, what the time is to be required, that can be get calculated here by the use of T0 plus Tp plus 4Tm divided by 6. Okay, all these type of numerical I have discussed. Once you can go through that practice. Okay, if you didn't practice, then you will feel difficult with respect to the numerical. Okay, according to that, then you will make the evaluation of the critical path. Critical path is what? The whatever the time of completion of that project work should be get equal to that of the each individual completion of the activity. Okay, that is 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, 2 to 5, then 5 to 7, 7 to 8 is equal to that of 38.5, 38.5. Okay, because this is the end of the event. Okay, then which will equal to that of critical path. This time is equal to each other by the use of this expected time what you are calculated. Okay, if you have taken this 3.5 plus 12, 15.5, 15.5 plus 8, 23.5. Is that 23.5 is equal to this 38.5? Not. So that I should not take this as critical path. Any direction you can take from that direction of flow, it should be equal to that of completion of the project work. That itself is called as a critical path. Okay, evaluation of this critical path is also be important. Practice that.